Make sure you guys are cute. All right, you already pressed record before I could prep you guys. Okay, great. It's too late. Welcome to Monday Supervisor Call. It's lit. It is the 19th of March, 3 months in. It's cracking. Second all supervisor call and up of our new structure. I'm super excited about tonight's topic. Obviously, you guys know who I am. If you don't know who I am, my name is Steph Leva, and I popped 2 Total Control before this call, so it's on it, and it's popping, and it's lit. All right. So tonight's call is going to be amazing. All right. It's going to help us grow our organization. It's going to help us grow as humans and as people. It's how to recruit and the first steps to get started on the people who you are recruiting with and for, because we all work together. So the first person I'm going to introduce tonight is a leader on the team. He has a smile greater than all of the continents combined together. I was going to say Georgia, but Georgia's not that big, so let's say California or Canada. It works. And yeah, it's going to be amazing. So make sure that you guys have pen and paper and that your camera's on and that you're excited. And I'm going to pass it over to this amazing, fun, fabulous human who's going to share all about how to recruit and the first steps to get started. Take it away, Chuck.
What's going on? All right. I'm excited about this. It's something that I've really taken on with being more serious about. Like the thing about coming into this business, we've all been brought in different ways. We've all tried all kinds of different things to really help our teams grow. And the thing about this call is everybody on here is a leader, and you're also working on your development into becoming a leader. So this kind of conversation can be higher level, and I'm really excited to see, what the outcome is going to be over time. So like everyone here knows exactly how to get a client. All right. We've all reached supervisor some way, somehow, it involved getting a lot of clients. All right. And the thing about when it comes to recruiting for distributors, all right, it's the same information as far as getting new clients. So you already have exactly what you need. You're already equipped with it when it comes to recruiting distributors. It's just the only thing that's really missing is your confidence in self. So these calls are exactly what you're going to need as far as building that confidence. And one thing I know for sure is the more you know about a subject or a topic, the more confident you're going to be about it and the more excited you can be about it. And no matter who you're talking to, whether it's a fellow coach or a potential client, they can see all over your face just how confident you are and in how you speak. All right, so we're going to go over the different steps when it comes to inviting people into what we have to offer. All right, so how many people, by a show of hands, like getting on the phone? All right, me, I've gotten so much better at this part, but it's something that you really want to master because everything can't be done through email and social media. If you can do that and it works great for you, amazing, right? I want to learn from you how to get that done all the time. But for the most part, where you're going to get people to buy into whatever you have to offer is when you get them on a phone or you're face to face. All right, so the thing about it is being able to set up the situation to your liking. So let's say I know it George, right? So I'm gonna use George as my example for this first part. All right, step 1, be in a hurry. All right, and George, if you've been following his journey, he's all over the place. He's in Pittsburgh, Arizona, Florida, Miami, California, like he's all over the place, even if you don't know it. But the thing is he may be available all the time to talk to whoever, but if he doesn't let people know that he's in a hurry, then they're gonna take advantage of the time that he has. So when you're setting up your calls and you're setting up these appointments with people, whether they're potential clients or distributors, you want to make it seem like you're in a hurry because people respect that. They respect time, especially when you're like, hey, I wanted to catch up with you, but I don't have much time, but I really want to go over this stuff with you to make sure you're set up properly, right? They respect you a lot more because it's like they feel valued for you taking time out of your busy schedule to connect with them. All right, so be in a hurry, right? Even if you really aren't, because people are going to respect your time a lot more. And it's even to the point where if somebody doesn't show up on time that you schedule, right? Depending on how you feel, you may still want to have that conversation. But if you have other stuff going on in your life, and these are people that constantly do this over and over, they reschedule and reschedule, they're going to continue to do it until you put a stop to it. So if you say you're in a hurry and they show up late, be like, no problem. Let me know when you are available to be in place when you said you would be, and then we can go over stuff then. All right, but it's really letting people know that your time is valuable. And as we up level our conversation about treating our business like a business, if you're set in your standards, people are going to respect it a lot more. And they're going to take you serious as a serious business owner. All right, so step one, be in a hurry. Step two, we met somebody, we got them on the phone, right? We let them know, hey, I have a few minutes to talk to you really quick, but I just want to make sure that I set you up properly, or we get this thing situated for you. And step two is compliment them. All right, you make the entire situation so much better by complimenting whoever you're speaking with. Right, and if it's something that you got to practice, if it's a technique you got to practice, then work on it. But being like, I've heard Jen over and over compliment people. I've heard Steph compliment people, right? And it seems like it's natural for girls. It's like, oh my God, girl, your shoes look great. Your outfit is bomb, all this kind of stuff. But when you compliment people, right, they take a moment to stop and actually realize, hey, I'm getting complimented and it makes me feel good. All right, so step two is compliment them. Step three, this is where we make the invite to whatever we're exactly inviting to. So this works the same way with potential clients and potential distributors, because we're gonna have some of those people that's ready to get started in the business without even starting to get on products first, without them even trying the products first. They're like, I need a business opportunity, but what do I have to do? And this is where we make the invite to that exactly. All right, so when it comes to that part, right, it's something where like I said, we got somebody that is interested in, let's say we got a preferred member, and they see Steph is all over the place, choreographing everything. They know she has a job. They also see that she's being successful in Herbalife. So they start asking, well, I know you're working, but the lifestyle that you have, I want that. I want some of that time freedom that you have, because we hang out sometimes and I see the kind of money that you're able to spend when we're going out. Or if it's somebody that's cold market and you're getting them on the phone for the first time and they are watching your stories, right? They see Jay and Mira flying all over the place. They're like, whatever y'all are doing, I want in, because I'm stuck at a job that I don't like, and I'm sneaking on my phone to look on social media and see y'all all over the place, taking all these gorgeous pictures, and y'all look, and it appears y'all feel amazing. So when people are exposed to what you have on, it's a lot easier to invite them to the opportunity. So when it comes to that next step, taking it to the next step of the invite, step 4 is, if I, would you? And what I mean by that is, everyone knows that we have the HOM, right? It's the greatusabiz.com. That's one of the major tools that I personally use when it comes to recruiting distributors. But it's like, you got those people that's interested in making an extra 500, right? But remember, our time is valuable, so we don't have time to get on the phone with everybody and explain everything, because we know it's a process. So we weed people out by seeing just how serious they are. So, hey, if I have this DVD or I have this link, it's 15-minute video, it will explain everything a lot better than I can, right? But if I send you this link, would you watch it? So if I send you this DVD, would you watch it? So it's just a commitment from them, but you're leaving it in their hands because you're asking them the question. Hey, I have this link. If I send it to you, will you watch it? If they say no, no problem. You know they're not serious because they can't watch a 15-minute video. But you're showing just how valuable your time is as a business owner, as a CEO. But say they do say, yes, I can watch it, right? Now we go into different levels of confirmation. So step 5 is confirmation number 1, getting a time commitment. If they say, yes, I can watch it, be like, okay, great. Approximately when can you watch it? Right? So you're putting it back on them. Well, tonight is Monday. I can watch it later on tonight when I get off. Or I could watch it tomorrow morning before I go into work. Right? So that's confirmation number 1, get the time commitment. Next step, confirmation number 2, confirm the time commitment. Okay, great. So you can watch it tomorrow morning before you go to work. So if I call you after work, will you have been able to watch it by then? Right? So again, you're putting it on them. They're going to tell you exactly what they can do when they can do it. Yeah, I will have watched it by then. All right. And the last part is schedule the next call. Confirmation number 3. All right. They told you they can watch it Tuesday morning. They told you that they will definitely watch it by the next time you talk to them, which is Tuesday evening. So now all you're going to say is, okay, so you can watch it. You can watch it tomorrow morning. All right. So what I'll do is, when are you available to talk, and what's the best number to reach you at? And I'll call you then. So 3 confirmations, all on them, right? You're really putting it on them because you're showing that you're serious about your business. And then here's where a lot of people struggle. The last step, step 8, get off the phone. All right. How many times have you talked to a family member, a friend, or a client about the business opportunity, right? But y'all stay on the phone for the next couple hours. So all this stuff happens for nothing if you start the call. Look, I only got a few minutes to talk, but I want to make sure that you're set up properly. So you go through all the steps, and when it's time to get off the phone, you stay on the phone for another 30, 45 minutes talking about life. You just discredited all the stuff that you were talking about being a serious business owner. So now your time is no longer valuable. Does that make sense? So this is really taking your business to the next level, just working on tweaking some words and making it appear as if you're in a hurry. But I promise you, I have a lot less that I've been dealing with because, look, I've been utilizing this video, The Great USA Biz. Man, I've been sending them out. And whether people get back to me or not, it doesn't matter because the first 1,000 times is practice anyway. And I'm not attached to whether they watch it or not because I'm working on building a muscle to where I can consistently talk about this, and I could talk to multiple people a day and not worry about if people are watching it or not. The people that are serious about this opportunity, about needing it, like they say they do, they'll watch it and they'll get back to me when they're supposed to. And I'm not worried about it either way because I'm working on building this consistency in myself. So I have more confidence in myself about being a business owner, a serious business owner at that. So when it comes to all of the 8 steps that we just talked about, Jen is going to give you a couple examples of how all of that sounds, because all of this stuff is in one call. So now you go from a 30-minute conversation to this is maybe not even 10 full minutes. So you've compacted time, right? You got your point across. They understand. Y'all have confirmed times, and that's it. And now all it is we'll go to the next part, but it's following up after that. So Jen is going to go over a couple examples of all of those steps put together.
Example time. If you're like me, I gotta hear it be done or I don't get it. So there's 3 types of people when I go over these examples, and each of these ways is different and perfect, and whatever way floats your boat, do it. One is called the direct approach, which some of you guys on this phone call, we know who you are. You're very direct. This is you. We have the indirect, and then we have super indirect. So basically the range is like, if you're really direct, you're like getting straight to the point. Super indirect is like, for those of you that may be a little bit newer, our baby distributors sometimes come in very shy. That would be a great approach for them. So take notes on all of them, because the more you can teach this, the more you can connect with the people that are on your team. So, all right, a person you know who hates their job. This is the direct approach for somebody that hates their job. This is the entire conversation. Hey, I don't have a lot of time to talk, but it's really important I reach you. Listen, you're one of the most financially intelligent people I know, and I've always respected that about you. Compliment. When you told me you really didn't like your job, were you serious or were you just kidding around? They say they were serious. Fill in the gaps here. Great, I think I found a way for you to create an exit strategy. I have a CD that describes what I'm talking about better than I can. If I gave you this CD, would you listen to it? They say yes. When do you think you could listen to it for sure? They say Tuesday. So if I called you Wednesday morning, you would have reviewed it for sure, right? They say yes. All right, I'll check back in with you then. What's the best number and time for me to call? They give me all the information. Got it, we'll talk then, gotta run, thanks. End of conversation, drop the mic, walk away. Done. That's a very direct way. So the next one is you talking to a good friend. These are all kind of like warm market people that you know things about. The indirect approach example here is for a good friend. So this might be one of your first people that you're thinking about recruiting into your business. You're like, you're my BFF. Like, come do this with me. This would be amazing. This is the kind of person we're talking to. Example number 2. Hey, I'm running out the door, but I need to talk to you real quick. Do you have a second? Great. Listen, you've always been such a support to me, and I appreciate that so much. I've just started a new business. I'm really nervous. Before I get going, I need to practice on someone friendly. Would you mind if I practice on you? So this indirect approach is for somebody that's just willing to listen, and you want to practice these speeches with them. That's what you make it seem like, all right? But we're really doing this presentation, and we're kind of reeling them in, showing them the opportunity and letting them decide. All right, great. If I gave you a DVD that laid out the information in a professional way, would you watch it? They say yes. It's about 15 minutes long. When do you think you could watch it for sure? They say Thursday. So if I called you Friday morning, you'll have reviewed it for sure, right? Fantastic. What's the best number and time for me to call? They give all the information. Great, we'll talk then. Gotta run, thanks. So you can see that the end of the conversation is pretty much the same in each example, but the beginning kind of compliment or connection is what you're really focused on when you're talking about direct, indirect, and super indirect ways. And then the last way is super indirect. So this is when you're talking to a highly successful person. We can give you reference to where these conversations are being held in this book called GoPro. Get the GoPro book. It is 173 pages, and it's a very fast read, but it'll give you everything you need to know about multi-level marketing and how we can use all of this good stuff real quick. And you can download it online. So that will maybe share the PDF with you. All right, a highly successful person. So these people are sometimes intimidating to talk to, but the more you feel comfortable in saying what you're saying, the easier these conversations will become, and the more people that are untouchable, highly successful, make enough money, everybody can use more money. So get used to talking to those people, okay? I know you're busy and I have a million things going on too, but I'm glad I caught you. You've been wildly successful and I've always respected the way you've done business. I've recently started something new and I'm looking for some sharp people. It's clearly not for you, but I wanted to ask, who do you know who is ambitious, money motivated, and would be excited about the idea of adding a significant amount of cash flow into their lives? So super indirect is you asking for referrals straight right off the bat, but they're listening to what you have to say. I understand that you'd want to know more about it before you recommend people. So I have a DVD that explains exactly what I'm doing and the kind of people I'm looking for. It's brief. If I sent one to you, would you review it? They say they would. Thanks. When do you think you could review it for sure? They say next Monday. Okay, so if I called you next Tuesday, you'll have reviewed it for sure, right? Okay, I'll check back with you then. What's the best number and time for me to call? They give the information. Okay, great. Thanks again. I appreciate it so much. I'll talk to you next Tuesday. Get off the phone. So you can see the flow is very, very similar. Just getting that introduction part down is super key. And then obviously the back end of the phone call with getting off the phone, getting your life together, really knowing what you're talking about. And that's when recruiting becomes a lot more easy. So now you guys are probably like, great, that's awesome. They watched the HOM. Now what do I do? So I'm gonna pass it to Chuck because he's gonna give you the tools. So make sure you have a pen and paper because it's cool to read the book, but if you have questions that you're thinking of along the way, please write them down so we can review them at the end of this phone call.
All right. So y'all heard the exact examples. It's like no matter whether it's family, friends, a coworker, or just a random person you're in a restaurant talking to, like it's so easy to connect with people just because we're people. And the button always gets a hit. What exactly do you do? And that's the opening for an opportunity to have those kind of conversations. So what happens next? All right. So this is where we're talking about up-leveling the conversation. All right. Now, at this point, it's time to follow up. Right. So whatever time you said you would call, keep your word and call. You are a business owner. This is the integrity of your business. If you say you're going to call at 5 p.m. on Tuesday, and you call at 5:05 or 5:10 on Tuesday, and now all of a sudden they're busy, like you didn't call, you didn't keep your word. And that could have been your next diamond. So keep your word, especially if they're an emerald, because everything is black and white. It's either you're on time or you're not. And if you're not on time like you said you would be, what kind of coach example are you setting? Because they're not going to want somebody that's not able to keep their word. So when you get back on the call, right, when you follow up with them, you get back on the phone, the biggest mistake that we make as distributors, right, is simple question. What do you think about the video? Right? When you ask that, it's so open-ended that they don't know if they should say something positive or negative. Right? But if you ask, what did you like about the video? Right? Now you're directing them into a direction that you want them to go in. So now y'all can focus on the positives of whatever it was. So that's a key question when it comes to following up with somebody. What did you like about the shake? Not how did day one go? What do you like about your routine? Right? Because they say, well, how did day one go for your on your shakes, on your program? Oh my God, it went horrible. I ate this, I ate that. You're setting yourself up to deal with all of that negativity. But if you say, well, what do you like about day one? Now we're focusing on the positives. So it's the same thing whether you're dealing with clients, potential clients, or distributors or potential distributors. Same thing, same language. All right, and then when it comes to, you know, they might say, well, I loved all the examples of the stories. I was able to relate to so-and-so who made an extra $400. I would love to make an extra $400, right? And whether you're a baby distributor in the business or you've been in for 6 years, it doesn't matter because your story matters. Your story matters to every person that you connect with, because every person, before they get to that $5,000 income, they started somewhere. So wherever you are, they're starting where you are. If you made an extra $17, it's 17 more than you had. If you made an extra $200 on your first check, it's extra 200 more than you had, but it also changes somebody else's life because they might have kids they need to take care of. So when we talk about your story matters, this is where you're going to share your story at, because they've just heard about the stories from other people, but now they want to hear you. They want to hear about you. What can you do for them if they sign up with you? So you share your story, how we talked about last week on the call, right? It's your background, what you don't like about your background or what you didn't like about your background, how Herbalife came to the rescue, and your results, or what you're looking forward to the future. That's how you set up your story. So it's something that's really major when you're talking about recruiting. So right now, I want you to be in the mindset of if you have 5 to 7 clients, which everybody should, right? There's a business opportunity for everybody. How many people started out as a client, right? Our results are something major, especially to other people watching. And they're attracted to how we feel. They're attracted to our smile getting bigger, and they're attracted by what Herbalife is able to help us with in our life. So think about how you're going to share this opportunity with your clients. And the best way to do it is when they're getting results. So if you check in with somebody and they're excited, they dropped 2 pounds and they're loving it right now. One question: who has noticed your results so far? And then once they say, well, I got so-and-so asking, I got this person asking. All right, cool. Like, think about, there's an opportunity here whenever you're ready. And you can make extra money on top of what you're doing just by continuing to teach exactly what you're doing. You don't have to know exactly how to coach people or about nutrition. But if you could talk about what you're exactly doing on your program, you can help somebody else and be able to, in this position, to make some extra money. All right, so that's sharing the story for the next part. And then all this is part of follow-up. So like I said, utilize your physical or electronic calendar to make sure that you set your time accordingly. Because if you call right on time, man, that's impressive. Most people don't, they're not on time, right? My sapphires, we struggle sometimes. But if we work on this, people take us a lot more serious as business owners. And now we're the fun business owners opposed to, oh, they just fun, but they never on time. All right. So when it comes to the follow-up, right? Every time you talk to them, there's an opportunity to set up the next exposure or the next contact with them. So when it comes to, they watched the link, right? They were impressed by something that they watched or something that they heard your story. They're even more excited to get results now and possibly even sign up when they can afford to, if they're not ready at that time. But this is also on you to make sure you're following up with them. If you have some kind of a structure that you can invite them to, right? Keep exposing them to what you're doing. If you have a fit club and they're local, expose them to what you're doing. If they're in an area where you can connect with a distributor that you trust, introduce them to what is going on in their area. If there's an event, introduce them. If you have an online fit club, invite them. So there's so much you can do to keep exposing them to the products and to the opportunity. But that's more so on you and how you're running your business now. but it takes an average of 4 to 6 connections before somebody signs up. We just had a preferred member sign up today or last night at work. And the thing is, I work with her every night I'm at work pretty much. She used to do network marketing. The most she ever made was $200 in a month. I know in Herbalife, the most I made was a lot more than that. So I told her I automatically got excited for her and what's possible for her because she was serious about her business, but things just didn't work out. But I know once she starts to get these results, she's all in. But it took her a few times to actually sign up. But I kept putting it in her ear. So the more you can expose somebody to something, the better. And you don't want to drag this process out over a whole 2 months or anything. The faster you can expose them to other things, the faster they'll get signed up. All right, and then there is a potential area where at this point in business, it's 2018, there's so many other network marketing companies that people have potentially been in or they've been approached by it, whatever it is. So after they watch the video, they might be like you might ask, well, what do you like about the video? They're like, I mean, it sounds great, but, so when they say, but here's an objection. How do we handle objections, right? So it's like, if they say that, most likely they've had some kind of experience with network marketing that wasn't too good. So open up and ask them, well, it sounds like you have a story to tell. What happened with that situation? Right? Or they might say, well, it sounds like a pyramid or something. And how you respond to that is going to be very important. And it's all about your confidence in your company. Right? Herbalife is not a pyramid. And the thing about it is pyramids are illegal. So all you have to say is, look, pyramids are illegal. I personally don't like to get involved in illegal stuff. That's just the integrity of myself. So you can trust and believe that I'm not dealing with that kind of stuff. So if you're into it, I'm okay. You go your own way. But if you want to do things the legit way, we can have a conversation. So it's just reeling them back in that you're all about being legit and all about helping them achieve whatever kind of goals they want to achieve. All right. And at this time, it's a lot of limiting beliefs that's going to come up. And they're going to be like, well, what if I don't want to bother my family and friends, right? And the thing is how you respond is very important. It's literally letting them know, look, they're gonna pay attention to what you have going on anyway. The results you're getting, the way you feel, the confidence you're building, all that stuff is going to be attractive to those people. So just let people know you have a response for everything that they could possibly say. It's just you having the confidence in the business that you're a part of. All right, and then when it comes to moving this whole conversation forward to the point where they're about to sign up, right? Helping your prospects become a customer or a distributor, right? It's 4 key questions that's going to be beneficial. All right, so number 1, based on what you've seen or heard, right? Because at this point, they've already talked about what kind of income or anything that they would want to make. So based on what you've seen or heard, if you were to get started on a part-time basis, approximately how much would you need to earn per month to make this opportunity worth it? So again, you're putting the ball in their court. Approximately how much would you need to earn per month to make this opportunity worth it? And they're going to tell you. Question number 2, approximately how many hours could you commit to each week to develop that kind of income? Because they've told you how much they want to make. Okay, it sounds great, but how much time are you willing to put in weekly to make that happen? Question number 3, this is where we take it to another level, right? The commitment. How many months would you work those kind of hours in order to develop that kind of income? So now you're getting more of a commitment from these people. You're letting people know this ain't going to happen in a month or 2. This is going to take work and consistency and effort on your part. Because a lot of people think network marketing, I'm going to make a lot of money really, really fast. But by asking these questions, you're getting actual commitments from these people and a certain time frame where, okay, well, I'm committing this to 6 months. And if you could help, like 6 months, that's long enough for me to make this kind of money, possibly, depending on what they say. Most people aren't going to say, well, I want to make $10,000 in 6 months. They're more than likely going to say, well, I would love to make an extra $1,200 and pay rent. And then the last question, you bring it all together. If I could show you how to develop that kind of income per month, working the amount of hours that they said they would work over the month, over the time frame they said they would work, would you be ready to get started? So all you're doing is using all the answers that they gave you, presenting it back to them for their confirmation, for that confirmation. Just like we're confirming the time for calls and when they were gonna, watch the video or whatever, it's the same situation here. If I could show you how to develop that kind of income in the amount of time that you said, when would you be ready to start? Right? Jay said today. Well, let's go then. All right, but that's going to be pretty much the flow of getting somebody started inside of your business, whether it's a client or a distributor. All right, and then once they get started, now what? And everybody here knows we've had so many different first steps over the years. That's like, well, what steps are there exactly? What exactly do we need to tell our new distributor to do to get them started off successfully? So Jen is going to go over that part, the first steps for the new distributor.
Woo, you have a new distributor. Okay, before I get into that, he just made me think of something while I was looking at all these questions. Now, if you want to get somebody restarted in the business, ask them these 4 questions because it's going to make them really evaluate where they're at and how much time they're really putting into their business. Even if it's somebody on this phone call and they're your downline supervisor and they're like, okay, I want to make $5,000 this month. How many hours are you committed to working this week, next week, this month to get to that goal? Because in all reality, it's so simple. I mean, I've done this before where I'm like, I want to make $10,000. And then I'm like half asleep half the month. I've been there. Like, I'm not going to lie. I've been there. And I only did $2,500. I've been there. To make $10,000 a month, you cannot only do the bare minimum. You cannot only recruit one person into your business. So start asking yourself these questions too, because it's a really cool thing to think about, reflecting on that. Okay, moving on. So we have a brand new person inside of our business. These are the key things that no matter what, everyone needs to do somehow, some way. So I have 10 steps for you guys. I mean, this is after they signed up. So they've already gone on your myherbalife.com and they put your user ID in and all that stuff. They already did all that, okay? So number 1, complete the required distributor training. You can't do much on your website unless you've done the required distributor training. So step number 1 for every single person, no matter what, figure that out and do that. Step number 2, purchase your personal products. It's really hard to run a health and wellness business if you're not healthy and well. All right, so take care of yourself, get your products, get started on that, get your first result. For me, it was a tea. It happened the same day that I got it, and it was amazing. It changed my life. Number 3, create your business PayPal. If somebody, let me look and see who's on here. Raise your hand if you know where to get the video to set up your business PayPal. George, where do you find it?
Video library at the bottom of your site.
Awesome. So if you go down all the way to the bottom of your My Herbalife website, it'll have a little thing that says video. Or you can just be like me and type in video.herbalife.com and then search for it. That's a great way to find videos of how to set your people up, to build your confidence, to find other videos that I'm going to mention in a second, but also how to set up your business PayPal, especially if you don't like explaining it over and over and over again. It's literally click here, do this, and get your debit card. Like, it's super simple. So we'll make sure that everybody has that link. Please save whatever we post after this phone call into your notes, because it's going to disappear forever, because Telegram sucks everything to the top of the thing and then it's gone forever. All right.
You can search it.
Oh, you can search it. I obviously don't know that much about Telegram. All right. Number 4, create your Go Herbalife website. So this is how they can start getting customers going like this. The same way we told you to look up how to set up your business PayPal, guess what? There's a video on there of how to set up your Go Herbalife website as well. So step number 4, set that up. Number 5, create your 100-person list. This is all warm market. These are people that they know, that they're comfortable talking to. 100 is just a number we threw out there to make people go above and beyond. I've heard anywhere from 50 and above. You guys just heard from Chuck, or you're going to hear from him in a little bit, the number 50. It's totally up to you and what you want to do with your business. Why not go big? 100. Number 6, start watching videos of Mark Hughes and Jim Rohn. You can find these videos on video.herbalife.com. Everything is on there, you guys. You can literally find everything to build your business on this website. Number 7, write and share goals. So again, going over those questions that Chuck was talking about. What's your commitment level? What do you want out of this business? Maybe taking it a little step further than the questions had before. Number 8 is qualify for DAP. So something that I want to point out during this step is when this was written, there was only DAP. Now we have more than DAP to look forward to. So talk about how to qualify for qualified producer as soon as possible. Talk about how to get to supervisor as soon as possible. And then we can talk about DAP. Because if you qualify for supervisor in months 1 and 2, guess what? Month 3, you can still qualify for DAP. But the main goal is at 50% because it tastes so good. All right. Number 9 is participate in the Wednesday curriculum. So this is where they'll learn the business basics, how to start talking to people, the button response, their testimonial, their income testimonial, how to use social media, how to talk to a prospect on social media. Like, they'll learn all of that stuff. And it's a great place for you guys to plug into, not just for your new people, but for you guys to learn how to teach these things to your team members. And then number 10, I'm going to start using people as examples because I love this one. You guys, I love STS. Those of you guys that go in our area, you see me running around like a person with my head cut off because I love running STS too. So Corey, I know whatever you're eating looks real good, but because you went to STS recently, what is one story that you heard on stage that inspired you to like keep going with Herbalife?
Oh man, wait. Oh, okay, I'm on. I'll mute.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm eating steak, so yeah, it's delicious. I would say over this past weekend I was in Columbus with some of my clients, or at least a lot of people that are growing there in Columbus. But I'd say, like, out of all the stories I've heard, the ones that speak to me the most is like just like coming from a place where everything was seeming to not go the way that you want it to go, or you finding that you don't really know what you're wanting to do with your life, or like having that sort of just you're doing something just because people tell you that's supposed to be what you're doing, or because you just feel like you went to school for this, you have a degree in this, so this is my path. And then having kind of that idea where it's like, no, there's a difference between following what you love and like what you're passionate about, and just following the social norms or doing something because it's something that you think you should be doing. And that's something that I've really been working on myself and kind of finding my way with Herbalife and building my business, because it's something I am passionate about, like getting fit, getting healthy, and helping others. Because it also translates to what I was doing before when I was a music teacher. And so I get to continue to kind of teach it just in a different sort of way. So any stories I hear where people talk about like just finding their passion, going with it, connects with me.
Perfect. So as you can hear from Corey's share, you get re-inspired through the stories at STS. So big events is step 10. It could be the LDW coming up. It could be STS. It could be Extravaganza, because that's coming up. Yeah, we're really excited about that. We get to travel together and see each other. It's like our reunion once a year. Okay. Another note, speaking of LDW, because it's coming up, you guys. It's in April. So if you have team members from January through your event date, not through April 1st, through your event date that do 1,000 accumulated volume, they get to go. So this is a great way to promote people getting back to work or getting to work and finishing out that 1,000 so they can go. So LDW weekends are huge because it's just like, the Saturday is like STS. The Sunday is like, all right, people, this is the real deal. This is the personal and business development behind what you need to do. Let's get to work. It's like a whole different concept of training. Okay, so step 10, sorry, totally off track. Step 10, get to events. Okay, so literally when you lay out those 10 things, it sounds really simple, straight to the point. People are like, okay, I'm doing this. If they're like me and they're an emerald, they need to do a checklist of everything that they got going on. I know Ariel is also one of these people where she's like, all right, I'm gonna take notes on everything. Step 1, distributor training, check mark. It feels good when you check things off your list. So give your people the tools that they need in order to succeed. So I'm turning it back over to Chuck. He has some how to create DMO for your people, and then we'll be good to go.
All right. So this is my favorite part, just because I got re-engaged into the structure that we originally had when I got into the business. So this past weekend was our STS, or weekend before, and guest speaker, she was on point with everything. And she gave us the structure that she's been doing currently. Because we hear about all the stuff that people used to do, but when people are in action, it's more exciting. So she has a 5-pronged structure, right? 5 steps. Very simple, very easy. And this is something that I based my 90-day plan off of. Today is day 1. All right, so feel free to join me if you don't have a 90-day plan yet, or if you've never completed one, or if you need to do one. All right, but I'm gonna go over it really quick. Number 1, strive for 5. And this one has 5 individual steps underneath it. All right, so number 1, strive for 5. Very, very simple. This is more so for the brand new distributor, just to kind of get your mind in that place. It's for the brand new distributor, but don't limit yourself to that, because you can do it right now where you currently are. All right, so we're just going to say A under number 1. Make 5 new friends every day, 5 days a week. Very simple. Now, hear what I said, friends. It's not directly going to them and talking about Herbalife. It's literally the start of building a relationship. All you're doing is connecting with these people, getting their contact information, right? You want to get their contact information. So if you want to go for the phone number, more power to you. All right. This is a social media environment these days, 2018. So get their social media contact that you're more passionate about. So if you're more passionate about Instagram, get that. If you're more passionate about Facebook, get that. If you're on both, get both, because this is where you invite them into your life. And it's also going to make you post more because you're plugging those people into your life. This is where you build a friendship. Remember how I said it takes 4 to 6 contacts before people get committed to you? This is that opportunity to begin that whole step, that process. All right. B, follow up with those same 5 people either the same day or the following day. The reason for it is because you want to let people know who you are, because people connect with so many people every day. And if you wait a week, they're going to be like, who is Jay? I don't know who Jay is. Oh, and then you got to remind them. But if you hit them up the same day or later or the following day, like, hey, Mira, I just wanted to reach out to you. This is Jay. It was great meeting you, great connecting with you about whatever we talked about. I look forward to connecting with you soon, or something like that, right? Just connect. All right, C, have your no matter what calendar. And this is a big one because people, we haven't always treated our business like a business. So the no matter what calendar is no matter what goes on. And somebody I want to point out is Steph Lover, right? Because her and Sabette came up to STS and did a thing on stage, right? They took their business to the next level automatically. And the thing about Steph was when we presented the opportunity for her to be on stage and MC or do anything in the STS, her initial response was, I can't, I have a baby shower to go to. There are going to be times where we want to go to the events that our family and friends are doing, but if we're treating our business like a business and an opportunity comes up like that, and she's never spoken on stage like that, take the opportunity, because your opportunity has a lifetime in that opportunity. And once it's up, you never know when you're going to get it again. But her no matter what was, I'm going to go to this business. She did her thing. Her business automatically elevated. She inspired the entire team. She inspired the entire room, had everybody laughing, dancing. It was amazing. But she put her business where it needed to go because she's focused on building her business to a certain level. And that level is going to require no matter what. And the thing about it is, as you develop this business, you're going to see that you have to enroll your family and friends in it. They need to know that you're going to be involved in events and calls and whatnot. My mom, my biggest supporter, she knows in July every year I have extravaganza. If I talk to her on the weekend or after the weekend, she's like, oh, do you have STS right now? Because she knows I'm serious about my business. Right? That's what I present to them. So if you enroll your people into your no matter what calendar, they're going to respect your schedule a lot more. And it may even get them to come to an event. All right. And then part of your no matter what calendar, right? Whether you have a fit club, a HOM, whatever it is, plug all your new friends that you're meeting into that structure. Get them down to try a shake at your club. Get them down to fit club and wear them out. Right? If you have a personal development call, get them on it. Get them involved in whatever you have going on, because that's the more contacts you have, the 4 to 6, the faster they're going to get started with you. It also gives them an opportunity to build trust with you and build that relationship. All right. D is personal development. This is no matter what. PD. Get it done. All right. And this is because I said this is for the brand new distributor. I have a link of Uncle Jim Rohn. For those that don't know, I always say Uncle Jim. But I have a 4-hour and 22-minute video called The Best Life Ever. The people that I hear crossing the stage the most, they say, well, we've only been listening to Mark Hughes and Jim Rohn. Shoot, well, if they're walking 4 times on the extravaganza stage in one year, look, success leaves clues. I'm gonna start doing what they doing. So my goal with this is the 3-minute to 5-minute videos are great, it'll fire you up instantly. But what exactly are you learning from it, if you are? Or is it just temporary fire up? But Uncle Jim, I'm going to master it because he talks about the best life ever. He talks about relationships, finances, goals, everything. So I'm going to make sure that I master it to the point where I'm saying, of course. All right. If y'all don't know who Uncle Jim is, you'll find out soon. All right. And then E is accountability. Get you somebody that's doing the business. Somebody you can connect with, whether they're your upline, sideline, downline. If they're serious about the business, so are you. Y'all can bounce ideas off each other and share the action that you're doing. And it will inspire y'all to keep going. So all of that was under step 1. All right, step 2, tracking. All right, we have a sheet called the Next Level Day Sheet. It has everything on it. All right, from your volume to your org volume to your intention for the day, your mind dump, gratitude, your personal development, your Shakes Tea tab, your contacts, your follow-up. Like, it has everything on there that you would need to check off for the day. For the emeralds, this is going to be amazing for you. For those that don't like structure, the sapphires, bruh, I've been doing it. It's amazing. Game changer. All right, but I'll I'll give it to your upline and they'll give it down to you. All right, calculator. Oh, and one more thing about tracking, that which is tracked can be improved. If you're not tracking it, you don't know exactly what's going on. But if you're tracking it, you know who you're talking to, you know what you talked to them about, you know what activities you did today, you know what workout you did today. You're going to see that you're getting stronger, your weight's going down, your volume's going up, business is exploding. All right, number 3, your calculator. For those that have been active in the chat today, the DAP Powerhouse chat. All right, because this is the kind of stuff that goes there. All right, it's pretty much screenshots of your documented volume. So if you look and see on there, once we get off the phone, you're going to see that it's 3 different areas, 3 different numbers. The top left is your documented volume goal for the month. Top right, whatever your current volume is today. All right, so you subtract your current volume from your month goal, and that bottom number is what's left over that you want to accomplish for the rest of the month. If you're posting this every day, it's going to do one of 2 things. If it's not moving, it's going to fire you up, or because you're getting tired of seeing the same number, or it's going to bring you down. And this is why you do your personal development, so you don't get down. All right? If you want to take this on, great. Don't feel like it's a must, because Jen, she don't like doing it. All right? But the thing is it's for some people and it's not for some people. It's really up to you. All right, and then the next one, step 4, recognition and celebration. All right, recognize our clients and our distributors for everything. Everything. All right, and then the last step, All right, oh, and then another key piece of information. Something that Sarah talked about was that she really focuses on her frontline people. She gets the information to her frontline people so they can distribute the information to their people, to their frontline people, so on and so forth. So when it comes to recognition and everything, those people are seen as the leader. So that way, it's not just one leader of the entire organization. They're looking at their frontline person like, okay, this is a leader. They're giving me everything they need to know, everything I need to know. All right, and then step 5. All right, this is where that number 50 comes into play. And this is the last thing really quick. All right, reach out to 50 people in your phone. They're in your phone for a reason. Whether you like them, you don't like them, you have a relationship, you don't have a relationship with them anymore, it doesn't matter. Because they were in your phone at one point for a reason. Reach out to 50 people, text them something as simple as, hey, I just started a brand new business. I'm really excited to help people get healthy and happy. It would mean so much to me if you would go on my site and order at least a shake or a tea and aloe. All right, you'll burn calories, you might lose a few inches, and you're gonna get great energy. Thank you so much for your support. Here's my link. Again, this is more for the brand and distributor, but it doesn't stop there. You can do it right now. And the thing I want you to think about really quick is, if you don't do it, your volume will stay the same. But if you reach out to 50 people, you never know who's going to support. Because somebody might be looking for energy. They might be looking to get healthy and happy. So now you've up-leveled your business already and you have clients. So to wrap all of this part up in a bow, the 5-prong structure, I've had conversations with different people, different distributors on the team. And just like Jen just pointed out, even if people are in the business now and they say they want to make a certain amount, well, how much time are you willing to put in? We go over how much time they're willing to put in now, moving forward. Well, how much time do you have during the day to work your business? And during the course of this time, because on the next level day sheet, there's time blocking. If you have 2 hours to work your business, because you're a parent and you work full time, use 2 hours to work your business. If you're going to follow up for an hour, from 2 to 3, make sure you're following up and not just scrolling on Facebook and Instagram. That's not working your business. So it's time on task. And it's making sure you say, make sure you're committed to what you said you wanted to do. All right, so that's the call for tonight. Okay, so pass it back to Steph.
Okay. How amazing was that? So amazing. Look at this. No, you're good. All of it. You see it? Do you know how many number 1s through 5s I have on my piece of paper? Guess what I'm going to employ you to do? Watch this video again. Okay? For the recap. Mind blown. Amazing structure. Sometimes it's difficult to have these conversations when you're somebody like me, where I like the fun and like the confetti flying, but this is a part of the business, which is recruiting people and setting them up with the structure on how to be successful. You guys, I'm fired up and I'm excited. Thank you for using me as an example and blasting me on front of the team. It's true. Everybody has decisions in life that they have to make, and you got to go through it and follow up and show up for your business. Whether that's you actually rewatching this video or you getting employed to speak on stage and you get over your fear and you actually do it. Cool? So cool. So, yeah, we're 4 minutes past 7, but we all love each other. So it's going to be amazing and great, and you're going to give us grace on that time freedom. And please post in the chat what you're excited about. Please share with everybody that is not qualified for this call yet, that they have to qualify for these calls so that they can learn all this nuggetry. And we will see you on Wednesday for Workshop Wednesdays, because guess what? The more people that you recruit, the more you have to show your face on Wednesdays. Other than that, have a fabulous night. See ya.